All right. Hello and welcome to episode 86 of the One Piece D&D Blotto Pirates campaign. We are in Elat, and let's go see what happened last time.
Oh shit, that's me.
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
All right. Hello and welcome to episode 86
Okay.
of the
Last time we were here, Onya goes cave diving in a well, trying to test the extent of her devil fruit powers. She heads into the forest, noticing a giant heading into town. The others delve deep into the treasure tree, attempting to find a pocket of atom wood amidst a swath of volcanic junk. Avoiding terrifying termite species, they eventually settle in and strip mine a chunk of atom wood, warding off the heat with dials and scaring off any termites that come their way. With some wood in hand, they split up on the way out. Joko and Viridian head up to the branches of the tree, coming face to face with a giant statue that plunges its spear into the ground, causing a vein of lava to erupt and engulf the forest. They make the wise decision to not confront it and scale the tree after Joko absorbs a treasure tree acorn. The others crawl through magma-infested roots, avoiding a termite army and seeing a massive spear embedded in a draconic skeleton. With the promise to come back, they hightail it back to the village. Onya meets Paul. Everybody else meets Paul. Dinner is at Paul's place. And by Paul, of course, I mean Paul Bunyan, the legendary former crewmate of Yiga's grandfather, alongside Walla Bunyan. The two are siblings and one of the more prominent people that you guys have met in Elat. When Waller introduced herself to everyone, she explained the details of her past and how she was formerly a pirate. And she also hinted at Paul. And now you guys have finally met him, a jovial, hearty man. He has welcomed you guys to his home after you made the arduous trek back through the forest to Elat, where you guys basically did the equivalent of a scouting mission, where you gathered a bunch of information, including the state of the tree, the stuff that is plaguing the tree, as well as a glimpse of the things that are haunting these islands, these giant specters, giant statues. You know what? I can show the map again. It's just that good. This is what was seen atop the trees, the treasure tree. A massive giant that seems the size of a mountain, for some reason destroying the forest slowly but surely. But yeah, there's a lot of shit going on. But for now, you guys have made it back to to Or's village, and you are gathering in Paul Bunyan's crib for some good old dinner. I decided to shy away from the massive maps, and now we're gonna downscale the tokens instead. So you will notice that you guys are very tiny. Hopefully, you can still see each other and navigate the map. You guys should all be able to control those tokens. But yeah, you will enter Paul Bunyan's place. Imagine everything is like twice as big as it actually is on the map in real life, or not in real life, but in table. In table, everything is like 7 times bigger than you, like 6-7 times bigger than you. Paul Bunyan is easily the biggest giant that any of you guys have seen, and it seems like his house reflects that. Outside of the scale, it's just it seems like a regular ass place though. It seems to have the touch of a traveler, someone who spends a lot of time on the seas with a bunch of exotic looking items and curious knickknacks scattered all throughout the house. There's a group of triplets, probably the best way to describe it, dark-haired triplets yelling raucously in one corner of the room. You see Walla Bunyan chatting with 2 white-haired individuals that you guys would recognize from the ship that scooped the Blottos out of the sea just outside of Elat. They seem to be very interested in sailing, albeit very unknowledgeable. And on one side, Viridian has already begun chatting to Soros, the golden-haired man that Onya saw with a chaos shard in his ear. At least to you, it looked like a chaos shard. I'll do a ship zoom on the token, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, he looks like
Beautiful.
Luffy /
Sanji.
Beautiful golden hair. Truly
/ Zoro /
impeccable work by the AI artists. I don't want to weigh in on the AI art. I don't know. But yeah, you guys have entered. I'm assuming you're all in various states of exhaustion, but this seems to be the spot to be at tonight. Everyone's in a lively mood. I don't know what date it is. I guess we'll say it's a Friday. Fuck it, Friday night. It seems like the village is in a constant festive mood, and even outside of the doors, you can hear people milling about as the sun sets and the stars come out. Yes, facts. The floor is yours. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna go up to Yiga to find out some more about like his fighting style and kind of like how that stuff works. Because I'm thinking about making that quarterstaff for him. And the more I know, the more of a fit it can be. So I'll kind of go up to it. Or actually, no, before I do that, I am going to go up to, what's her name, Walla, and let her know what I found and kind of give her the rundown.
You can climb the table.
No, I'm going to just talk to her down here. It's like, I'll just kind of like, you see me just like motion up for her, like take a knee real quick.
She'll lean down and listen as you explain the details of everything that you saw and what you think the best course of action is. And then she'll be like, right, okay, well, Soros held truly delivered the materials. I guess we're going to be experimenting for the next couple of weeks, try to find something that can work.
Well, yeah, but we definitely gotta get with your brother and get some more of that petrified wood, because even if that ore works, it's a temporary solution. The actual, like, this is gonna need to be a multi-layered situation from what I'm seeing from the lava. So if he's heading back there, make sure you let me know so I can tell him where to find it.
All right, got you.
And I'll figure out something to deal with this bug problem, because that's only making things worse. Just give me a couple days.
I hate bugs. We should just kill them.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to, but it takes a lot of work to fight them one by one, trust me. Y'all kind of like show them my scratches and stuff like that. Like, see, I don't even fight close and I'm all banged up.
If we were there, it would be very light work, but we can't go into the forest without the statues running us down.
Yeah, the statues, look, that's not my department. But yeah, somebody's definitely got to do something about those guys. But I'll fix what I can for now. If I think of something for those statues, I'll let you know. But
damn straight. She'll go back to talking with her children.
And I'll go to find Yiga.
Yo, is there alcohol in this jar? What is this?
It is a teapot, my friend.
Oh. I have a big old cup for this big old tea as I lean on the teapot.
You'll see this giant will turn around and kind of wave you off. And then she'll go back to talk to her siblings.
Yeah. Hey! I need a cup, man!
I'll kind of go up to him and was like, hey, man, you gotta take it easy. Look, you're, like I was saying before, you're not really good at, like, introductions with new people, are you?
I think I'm good. I'm pretty good.
I don't know. The last couple things I've seen have been pretty rough. It's like, look, they might seem like a rough and tumble folk, but they're pretty nice as long as you treat them with some respect, you know?
No, bro. Of course. I'll turn to the white haired giant. I'll bow. I will say, greetings. I am Yiga. May I please have a cup, please? A big cup.
She'll again turn around, looking at you, kind of like you're kind of amused, and she'll be like, yeah, go ahead. And she'll turn right back around.
Where's the cup?
Isn't there a cup on the table?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a cup next to the teapot.
I thought it was full up. I didn't know if somebody drank it. I didn't want to, spray gross backwash.
No, I think you good, big dog. But Yiga, I had a couple questions for you, just for, these atom wood samples we got aren't enough to really do anything else with. So I figured, you said you use a quarterstaff. You could probably use a new one, right?
Yeah, I could.
Okay. Well,
that was really as tough as it is.
I noticed you're pretty heavy on the wine and such. Is that part of like how you fight, or just like a vibe thing? Like what's up with that?
What do you mean?
Look, I'm not judging. Everybody's got their thing. I'm just saying. I've noticed, that gourd stays pretty well filled. It's not water.
A man can't get thirsty out on the sea, you know.
Right? Yeah, that's fair. But that's why I was just asking. Like, I didn't know if that's like do you do it for it's like a secret martial art? You said you came from like a fancy martial art family, or do you just really like to drink?
Secret? I mean, kinda, I guess, but it's really just it's kind of embarrassing as he scratches his head, speak a little red. See, it's not here or there. I use my fist, I use my feet. I do what I gotta. I use what I can. I'll use this big old pot.
Come on. So are you more of a speed or a power guy?
Yes.
Okay. Even though that's not really a helpful answer, I'll figure something out based on that, I guess. And I'll kind of take some measurements or whatever. Like I'll pull out like a tape measure and just like get his frame so I can make a weapon accurate to his build. And it's like, all right.
What?
I'll swing by when I got something done for you. But hey, remember the cups are bigger here, so maybe don't have too many.
I'll see what I can do. No promises.
Fair enough, but remember, respect is the way to go with the people that are way, 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 way bigger than you. Just kind of start to walk off.
I'll get it. Yo, where's the booze? Where they at?
Alright, as you start calling out for the booze, the camera will pan over to the other side of the room where Borne has found himself amongst a group of raucous individuals. As you approach, you'll see that they're angrily yelling at each other. I guess kind of like a faux angriness, as they're just trading like banter and chives back and forth with each other, talking about how each of them is going to be bigger than the last once they set out to sea. They'll barely spare you a second glance as you take a seat on the table. But as you begin crying, one of them will notice and kind of look over at you. Like, hey, man, what's the problem, pal? You all right?
Yeah, y'all are more worried about gathering strength to become pirates. Your home island's gonna be destroyed.
He'll throw his head back and give a great laugh, and he'll be like, no shit, why do you think we're trying to leave? You gotta set your sights out there, man. You came from the seas, right? You a pirate? Do all pirates have wings?
I came from the skies.
Oh, a sky pirate. Do all sky pirates have wings?
Only the ones that are born of the sky people descent.
Yo, this guy's a dumbass. Say it again. Look, he talks all slow. He'll turn to his companions and wave them over, and they'll all stare at you.
I didn't know if y'all would follow along.
He's actually a dumbass. Hey, what's your name, man?
The name is Sky.
Oh, Sky from the sky. Hey, you wanna drink?
Me. Got my own. I was sharing a cheers, though.
They'll all raise some cups, like some mugs, that are about 1.5 times your height. And as you cheers them, they'll throw the drink back. One of them will reach into his pockets and pull out a map about I mean, yeah, it looks at first it looks like a speck of thread. As he holds it closer to you, you'll see that it's a map, sea charts of some kind, about the size of like a shit, I don't know, like a table map. Yeah, about that size. And he'll kind of gently place it in front of you, and he's like, "Hey, listen. This it's one of my dad's old maps. You wouldn't be able to read that, would you?"
Well, let me see. As Borne starts to unfold it.
All right, you take a look at the map. Did I? Oh, I didn't actually put a fucking thing. All right, yeah, I don't have an image for the map, but I guess I'll make one later. But just imagine like some old treasure map shit. There's a careful route that's been carved through a dangerous, weird-looking island. All the proportions are off. There's no coordinates, nothing, no cardinal directions, anything that you would see on a traditional map. Give me an insight check as you analyze it, or an investigation, or a nature.
Are you for navigator's tools?
Do you have navigator's tools?
I have proficiency in them.
Yeah, well, unless you got the tools, you can't make the.
I'm staring at a map.
That's not a navigator.
Insight, investigation, nature. Well, we got a 1, so see how this goes. Well, 19, so that's a 20.
Nice. All right, with a 20, as you analyze the map, you're kind of scratching your head, comparing notes to all the other shit that you've seen. Something weird like this, something without anything that would make a normal map. The dimensions are off. It's kind of like jagged. Some shit just doesn't line up. Shore meets, or waves meet a mountain, and then a shore is just north. A valley leads straight into a river that cuts into the ocean. It looks like nothing regular. You would have to assume this is a map from the Grand Line. Something way beyond anything you've ever seen. But definitely stuff that you've heard about. Your eyes will also be drawn to there'll be like a little legend in the bottom, but it wouldn't have any of the symbols that a regular legend would have. Instead, it's just a box that seems to enclose a poem, a riddle almost, which I do actually have.
That's cool.
Fancy.
Hopefully that insight helps.
The riddle will read. What's up?
I was gonna read it.
Oh, go ahead.
Ooh, I want to read this one.
Where the ground will bite, where fire ants boil and ash takes flight. Step with haste through the blistering dust, for molten teeth will turn boards to rust. Then sail the swamps that float, not drown, with roots like ropes that drag you down. Trust the lilies that smell of spice, but beware the shells that whisper twice. Across the spines of serpents tread, their skins are home to the long since dead. Move when they sleep, not when they breathe, or join the bones that lie beneath. When north meets south and east looks west, look to the isle with a jinx's crest. There lies the trove, past tree and tide, beneath the mark where I once died.
It is signed by a name Okinvi, keeper of the Callow Cache. Yeah, I think that was the greatest vocal performance I've ever heard you give. To take an inspiration. That was beautiful.
They'll be reading.
But yeah, it will be it'll be signed by a man named Okinvi, the keeper of the Callow Cache.
This fucking man
Yo,
is
chill,
Oklahoma City in 7.
chill. Keep her the count. I would say with a 20 in insight, you kind of start to map this shit a little bit, and to you, it almost seems like the first stanza, at least. Blistering dust, molten teeth. It kind of sounds like the volcanic region that surrounds the treasure tree, the area that you just came from.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make any sense. This map is supposedly way older than any of that, and obviously this island doesn't look like Elat, at least of the Elat that you've seen so far. So yeah, I'll let you ponder on that a little bit as the camera will pan once more to I guess this corner of the room. Onya, you will approach this gigantic man, Lord Soros, as he's in the middle of conversation with Viridian. Viridian is talking with his usual kind of spunky, animated attitude, as he seems to be giving a business pitch to Lord Soros, who is looking a little disinterested. He's kind of leaning up against the side of the wall. Viridian will be talking about how he needs money to synthesize something amazing, something beautiful that will supposedly, let me get his exact wording. Supposedly save the Atom Tree. And he's talking about how he needs at least 100 million berries to fund the project. Soros will be kind of half listening, half just sipping a drink as as 100 million berries comes out of Viridian's mouth. He'll wave him off and be like, absolutely not. Get out of my face. I'll kind of shoo Viridian off. He'll turn to you, Onya, and he'll be like, please tell me you have something more interesting to say than the crazed antelope.
Sorry if I bothering you, but I saw you earlier today, and I was curious about your earring.
My earrings? I mean, which one? I've got so many. He'll lift his hair up a little bit, and you'll see that like his entire ears are covered in earrings, like those wraparound things, go all the way around.
Yeah.
They're all adorned with at least what to you it looks like very precious jewels that are about the size of you. Not to mention he's got jewelry and bracelets and necklaces like threaded into his hair. It just
is Onya
like
able to identify which one? Is Onya able to identify which one is the bears the resemblance of the Chaos Shard?
Yeah, give me an insight or investigation.
Yeah. Open that. Insight?
Yeah, insight or investigation, your call. Okay. With a 15, you'll be able to see the what you at first thought was a Chaos Shard. From a distance, it kind of looked like a massive version of the orange reddish chunks that you yourself possess. As you get a closer look, you'll see that it's kind of like a fly and amber situation. It looks to be, at least perhaps, that the core or a small constituent piece of this giant red gemstone on this guy's ear is a Chaos Shard, but the rest of it is something else, something that seems to be magnifying it. You're not quite sure what that could be, but you know that the amount of Chaos Shard that you thought was there originally is decidedly a whole lot smaller, but you're now 100% sure that is, in fact, a Chaos Shard. He'll be holding up his hair as he's which one? Which one?
The amber-looking one.
Oh, this thing? He'll point at the stone. Be like, this is quite the prize. You wouldn't believe where I got it or what I had to do to keep it.
Where did you get it from?
He'll kind of narrow his eyes at you and be like, why are you interested?
Well, I happen to have some gems that bear a resemblance to it.
No way. No.
Anya Anya won't disclose how many she had or anything, but she will pull one of them out. She will pull one of them out.
She'll like squint again and be like, "It's too tiny. There's no way that's a world bringer seed. I refuse to believe it."
A what?
A world bringer seed. I'll kind of sniff a little scornfully.
Yeah. What's the story behind that?
These little chunks of stone are the key to what makes each island around the world unique and special. Different climates, different effects. All that stuff is born from these things. You have to tear the island apart to find them. And even then, the amount that you'll get varies. I got this little one, as he points at his ear again, on the shores of God Valley. One of the strangest islands in the West Blue. And the chunk that I managed to get out before the place was destroyed, at least, it's very powerful. I can't even tell if those are Worldbringer seeds. Where'd you get them?
I've been collecting a few ever since I left my homeland in the South Blue.
And for what reason?
Because the place I came from apparently had a high concentration of these stones, and the entire island was a place of chaos. It was called Rando.
I've heard of that place in the South Blue, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you head north from here and you cross the entire West Blue and you go through the red line, you'll end up in the South Blue.
Yeah.
I got a friend that frequently goes there, actually. Rando Island. And a bunch of Worldbringer seeds. Well, I'll tell you something. If you want to bring back an island, you're going to need a whole lot more seeds. And probably a bunch of energy from somewhere else, too.
I had a feeling that was the case. But yeah, but the name I was given was Chaos Shards.
Never heard of them. I know these things as Worldbringer seeds. But I only studied from the old text. Stuff that came from the libraries about that. Either way.
Are there any books around here that I could read that speak of it?
Nope.
Hmm.
You'd want to go to the libraries of O'Hara. That's your best bet.
Yeah, I was already there.
You didn't find anything?
Not enough.
Well, that place has more than one library. You know? His eyes will twinkle as he takes another sip of his drink. And I guess the camera will cut once more. I'm moving across the room over to the kitchen. Paul is humming to himself as he's frying up some rice or some shit. Yeah, he's got some things of meat just hanging that he seems to be getting ready to chop up. And as Joko, as you get his attention, he'll kind of turn over or turn around, see you down there, and then with a very quick maneuver, kind of like kick the rug a little bit, launching you into the air, and catching with his elbow and depositing you on the countertop, away from his station. But now you're closer to eye level. It all happens very quickly. You don't really get a chance to realize what's going on. But from his movements and his agility, you get the sense that this guy's done this a lot of times before. Seems he's familiar with being around creatures that are much smaller than him. But he'll raise a giant eyebrow at you as he dices some onions. So he'll be like, well, what are you saying down there? I couldn't hear you. Oh shit, my bad. Okay, we'll cut back to that in a second. As we go over to who else? Who else we got? Murdoch. What are you doing?
Murdoch's gonna walk up to the two white-haired ones and just be like, "Hey, uh, just wanted to come by and say thank you again for actually saving us the other time."
The big dude will look a little sheepish as he rubs the back of his head, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no big deal, no big deal. We're just helping anyone out that falls prey to those statues. Kind of the village's fault that they're still around anyway. I'm just glad that all of you are all right. You didn't have to hide the fact that you were pirates either. It's not that big of a deal."
Yeah, we're always kind of careful. We never know which island has like marine presence or stuff like that. Although we should have noticed that you guys were pretty all right off the bat.
You're saying the rest of the world, it hates pirates?
Not big fans. Nope, can't say they are. Nope.
Why is that?
I guess we come in all flavors, and some varieties of pirates. Well, they ain't great. They kind of give the rest of us a bad name.
It's kind of like that for giants too. There used to be a crew that ran around a very long time ago that gave every single giant after them, a bad name. But times are changing now. I think I'd know for sure if I could actually set out to sea.
I mean, hey, you should try. It's a good life, dangerous one, but it's interesting at least.
He'll smile proudly and slap his bicep and be like, "I'm a giant. Ain't nothing dangerous for me. But we can't stick around much here longer, so I think I will be setting out to sea one way or another."
Well,
You went to the tree?
we're gonna try to. What? Yeah, we looked at the tree. We have a few solutions in the back of our minds we could try to work on. So hopefully, whenever you hit the sea, it's gonna be by choice and not by obligation.
Well, whatever you come up with, count me in. I'll do anything I can to help. He'll offer you some beer or some ale, I guess we'll say, in a cup about twice your height. And he'll look kind of squint down at you a little bit as he draws closer and be like, "You look kind of familiar, you know." The old man that runs around the village looks kind of like you came here a while ago.
Yeah, that's actually my father.
Ah, crazy.
Huh?
You too close?
Sorry, it cut out for a second.
Yes, if you two are close.
Oh, not really. I thought he was dead until like a couple days ago.
Damn, man. I'm not that close to my pops either, but that's because he's more of a scholar than he is a warrior. At least he's been alive my whole life. That sucks. I mean, it's good, at least, that you found him again. You should probably go talk to him, man.
Yeah, I plan on doing so. Yeah.
Yeah. The fathers, I guess. I'll offer a cheers.
The fathers, man. Cheers. And Murdoch just like climbs on the rim of the cup. He looks at the giant and he says, "Hey, fish me out of here in like a minute, or else I'm gonna die." And he just heads first into the cup and submerges himself.
The giant will set the cup to the side and keep a mental count. All right. Camera will pan back to this giant man that is now looking at you with a critical eye, Joko. Paul Bunyan. What would you like to say?
So, Paul, I was thinking, I saw back up on those trees. You have quite a big problem on your hands with these giant statues. I did not realize quite the scale of your issues before. Anyways, here's what I'm thinking I can do for you. You know, as big as you are, you will not be taking that down by yourself or any of your men. But perhaps we can take another tactic. Do you know what these things are made out of?
Stone.
Just pure stone?
Yeah. Came from God Valley.
And do you have any of this stone around anymore? Can we run any experiments on it to see what it is? Do you have the formula for how to create it?
How the hell do you create stone?
Create stone. There are many ways. All right, we have sedimentary, we have igneous, we have metamorphic. Which would you like me to explain here? Where can we start? And wait, he'll kind of just. Anyways, that is besides the point. Who can I talk to that knows the most about this stone? I figure if we can somehow break down this stone, a lot of stone, you know, it can be hit apart, but it can also be hit with maybe acid or something to dissolve it.
I don't know, man. It's some special stone. It came from God Valley, and we used it all to make the statues. Hell, they were made before I was even born.
But I know of very special people. Do you know of any stone at all? Any tiny chunk of it that I can take a look at?
The closest thing would be a polyglyph.
A what?
You know, those big cubes. Or, well, they're not big. I guess big for you. Tiny cubes. Polyglyphs.
Polyglyphs. I have never heard of these polyglyphs. But perhaps I will ask someone else.
There's one on the island. It's one of our treasures. That would be the closest thing I can think of. But if you ask me, we shouldn't be worried about breaking the statues. We should be worried about getting whatever the hell is possessing them out. They weren't always like that.
And what exactly is possessing these things?
Hell if I know. A soul.
Well, I think I can work with rock before I can work with souls. So I will take my chances on the stone.
He'll shrug. Yeah, that's fair.
Well, thank you anyways, sir.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, do you think you could introduce me to that gentleman over there? He'll point at the gold-haired guy, Lord Soros.
Oh, yeah, sure. They'll snatch you up, and they'll be like, hey, Soros, cash. And throw you across the room.
All right, this is just a regular maneuver for Joko. He'll do a couple flips in the air, land on top of this guy.
All right, give me an acrobatics check.
Bro is a trained acrobat.
We'll do DC 17.
I have a more than 50% chance. All right. Wait, hold up. 1 second. I have to go help with it.
No worries. Joko will flip and fly and tumble through the air as he hurtles towards Soros and Onya. And the camera will pan again. What's going on? Anyone do anything? Yiga, Borne? Y'all just chilling?
I wanted to talk to this, what's it called? The one that keeps ignoring me. Like, hey man, what gives?
Who are you talking to? Oh.
The giant that was ignoring.
The dark-haired one or the silver? Waller?
The silver. Butler.
Okay. This giant woman, you'll see she kind of resembles the lady next to her. They're most likely related. They might be related to you. One of them has white hair. But this woman is kind of like, she's got a little tense expression on her face. She listens to her mother rant about ship dimensions and expected quantities of wood and how there's too many damn people in this village to take care of. But she'll kind of turn around and look at you, I guess, or like look over her shoulder as you stamp your feet. She'll be like, what are you talking about?
I mean, I didn't know y'all were talking about something so serious. I would have put it up, but you know, why not? You know, take the worries away. You know, ease up, relax. This is a celebration, kind of, right? Or just a get together.
She'll raise an eyebrow. She'll be like, listen, I don't think there's much to celebrate. My dad's still missing. It looks like this island is gonna get burned up. The statues are still wandering around. And I think I lost my shoe.
How do you lose it? All right. Well, you know, have you tried looking for him? No.
My shoe?
No, your dad.
He's in the forest. We tried sailing around earlier today. Tried sailing around to the other side, but couldn't see him. If we go into the jungle or the forest, and the statues will probably find us. I don't know. We'll have to do something.
Damn, that is tricky. I mean, I kind of gotta look for somebody.
What? My dad?
No, not your dad. Somebody from my crew is still missing, and starting to actually get a little worried.
Can they breathe underwater?
No.
We fished you out of the water, so I'd start there.
Damn it. Just no, never mind. I'm gonna go over here with board, plop down, start drinking, mumbling to myself. Good deal.
All right.
Clings
What?
mugs with Yiga.
Yeah, clink, clink, humbug.
Okay. Before we go over there, is Bang doing anything?
He was just gonna go up to Soros to thank him for bringing like the minerals and stuff like that, like the
I bet.
ores and stuff that he requested.
Then we'll go over there in a second. We'll go to Yiga and Borne. This will probably be like right after you finish reading that strange riddle. And as you turn to clink mugs with Yiga, these three, at this point, you guys are fairly sure that they're either triplets or are very close brothers.
Yeah.
They'll kind of look down at you and they'll be like, "Hey, it multiplied. Does this guy talk slow too?"
You talk about multiplied. There's literally three of you.
I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if they could comprehend us.
I mean, I'm right here. You're right there.
Oh my!
They're right there.
It's like when they get around each other, they start talking faster. If another one comes, are you guys gonna talk even faster?
What is he talking about?
We'll be with you
Why are you talking like
in a minute. All right, Captain.
He's
So
doing it again.
they gave me this map. I couldn't make sense of it, but they gave a riddle too. The first section of the riddle was talking about the volcano underneath the tree. But the second portion, we didn't see any swamp.
maybe there's a swamp on the island. Is there a swamp on this island? I'll like glance at all three of the giants.
They'll be laughing at something one of them said, but as you raise your voice, the middle one will lean over. It'll be like a swamp on this island. No. What did that map say? You can read it?
I mean, you can read it.
Oh.
I didn't read it.
No, not the map. The map. I thought you couldn't map the ground. Hold on, my bad. I'm sorry, guys. I thought
You don't have to speak like that.
couldn't map the grand line.
These guys will exchange looks, and I'll be like, but yeah, he's right. You need those little pose things to get around. And then the one on the right side will be like, yeah, sure, but you can still have maps of islands. Remember we saw that one map of Elbap when we were kids? And the one in the middle will nod, and I'll look at you and I'll be like, yeah, you can have maps of islands, but the maps of the sea, it's kind of useless.
Well,
Then what is this?
Translate.
What?
What is this shit?
We don't know.
Borne's pointing at the map.
That's one of my dad's old maps. He said he got it when he was, out singing.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even ask him. Fuck.
Yeah. He said that they tried to find that treasure, but they couldn't. And then they have this thing too. And I'll kind of slap this giant treasure chest next to you guys. It's about the size of like a school bus. Not that you would know what a school bus is. This is a above table metaphor, in case you can't keep up. About the size of a school bus. It looks ornate and slightly gilded, and it looks to be slammed shut. So we'll slap the treasure chest and be like, "This bad boy, we've been trying to open it for the past 20 years, and we're still not strong enough."
20 years?
Pop says once we can crack it open with our bare hands, then we'll be strong enough to sail the new world.
Let me at it.
Oh, I like a little challenge.
You hear that shit? The little things are gonna try to open it.
Yo, watch this. Your big brain can't comprehend it because it's actually a small big brain.
Borne's first.
What I got roll? I want just fucking
Wait your turn, Captain.
Yeah. I mean, what are you trying to do?
You won't get a turn.
No, rock paper scissors. Rock paper scissors.
Above table. How are we going to do this?
GM roll D3. Say 1 is rock, 2 is paper, 3 is scissors.
Or why don't we just whisper you what we're gonna pick?
That's what I said, GM.
Yeah, instead of a dice roll, we just say we're picking.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
I mean, shit. Right. I'm a rock. Steady.
You count us in?
Just the 3, 2, 1.
I'll roll.
All right, Yiga, you will giggle to yourself and throw out a rock, and Borne will stare you dead in the eyes and throw out a paper, covering your puny little fist.
What?
Don't worry, Captain. I'll try and have them reset the challenge for you.
No, I'm gonna kick this plate, bruh.
Hey, don't touch my ashtray.
Look at that. Look like it got food in it.
Yeah. He'll reach into his pocket and pull out a cigar about your height, I guess we'll say. Actually, that might be a little small. Like double your height, probably. And he'll take a puff, lighting it with like shit, I don't even know. We'll say there's a fireplace next to it. And then he'll wave the cigar over you. Some giant pieces of ash will fall on you. And he'll be like, don't touch it or you're going to take his place. Look, I dyed his hair.
Yeah. Leave it on kicking that bit, bruh. Fuck that cigar. Where this shit at?
Alright, you're trying to crack open this chest? Give me an athletics. DC is 40.
Alright, what can I add to it?
Shit, I don't know. What you offer? Your soul? Your life?
I don't know. First, we're going to start off by using an inspiration.
Solid.
Gonna use another inspiration. Alright. I can, what's my exchange rate of, armament points?
0 to 0.
0 to 0, so you're saying I can't use them? Alright.
Yup.
Alright.
You can do it.
Yeah, I don't think
No,
this
I literally
believe in
can't. I
you.
asked you what resources I have to add, modify to it. Well, what do you got? I ask him. Well, no, can't do that one. Well,
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that can be done here. You will heave and
you know-
hold.
nah, you know what? I'll sacrifice a hulking monolith form charge.
Isn't that just reducing damage?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna work either, man. This is kind of one of those impossible skill checks, you know.
God dang. Yo, yeah, I'm kicking that cigar out of his mouth, bro.
Yeah, no need to be ashamed, but you will heave and hold, and there'll be like a small cracking sound as you kind of drive a little wedge beneath or between the lid and the base. And two of these guys will, or all three of these guys will crack an eyebrow in surprise. And they'll be like, "Oh, look at that! He's pretty small, strong for his size. It was kind of impressive." Have another drink. As one of them reaches over to pour you some more ale, you will jump up and kick this guy's cigar. It'll fall to the ground. It'll look aghast. It'll look over at you and it'll look back at the cigar and be like, "What cigar?
Listen here,
Faster!"
study. I ain't no filthy landlubber, so don't treat me like one.
He'll raise his cup up and try and crush you with it. Give me a deck save. DC's gonna be 18. Alright, you will barely dodge out of the way as he brings his cup down with a resounding smash. His brother will notice it. But like, you missed! Get him again! And this guy will raise his cup up once more and try and bring it down on your head. Give me another deck save.
You cannot catch me.
You are ducking out of the way, and there's like craters left in the table as this guy is trying to crush you. He'll be like laughing a little bit as he does it, and his brother will be laughing as well. He'll raise his cup up and try and crush you with it. Give me another deck save.
All three is just. Oh fuck! Inspiration. Alright, that's better.
Alright, you will be dodging and ducking as these guys laughing will try to destroy you with their cups. The camera will pan over to Soros and Onya and Bang. As Bang, you're walking over, you'll see Soros Joko flying across the way. Before he lands with an expert flip on Soros' shoulder. Soros will be like, get off! Brush you off, Joko.
Can he brush me off?
Yeah, sure. Give me a deck save. Say DC 20.
Just for shits and gigs.
Ooh.
Oh wait, no, that's acrobatics, not dex save.
Oh shit.
Dang it.
I'm done.
Anticlimactic for real.
He's still there.
That's good too.
Nice. He will be about to wave you off, but he'll look surprised as you're not where he thought you were, and he will basically be clapping his hands as they're trying to catch a mosquito. As you kind of jump and bounce all over the place. You'll land on the ground. Or sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, cool. That I'm good landing on the ground.
All right, you land on the ground with a thud as Bang walks over.
Anya
So
will applaud his performance.
That's very
It'll be,
entertaining, man.
breathing a little heavy as he's like, all these tiny little humans coming up to me. What? Do you also have Worldbringer seeds?
Worldbringer seeds. My seed does not bring anyone to that. I do not even know what you are talking about. Anyways, that is besides the point. Tell me. I must know. I have a friend who would be very interested in how did you manage to get gold to grow out of your hair like that? Or out of your head?
I melted it all down, and then I bladed it for 2 weeks. Almost died. But it was worth it.
Oh, so no genetic experiments or anything. You are just fucking insane.
Just like that. Yeah.
Fair enough, my good man. That thing
Sweet.
must be really in there. So what happens when they grow out, because it's going to be regular hair? Do you have to re-dip?
Are you crazy? I just told my hair to stop growing.
You told your hair to stop growing? You can control your body parts like this.
And that works?
Yeah. I mean, you know how when you gotta pee, but you're like, no, I can't pee. So you hold it in. It's like that, but with my hair.
No, most people cannot do this. I would be most interested to find how to control, kind of like squeeze the skin around his own neck, like the black skin on his suit or whatever. And be like, I would be interested in controlling body parts people do not usually have that much control over. Most hair is dead.
No, mine are alive. Every single one.
Yeah.
You want to get like me, you gotta train for decades, probably. Took me a couple.
Oh, perhaps you have some notes I could look over on this subject.
Sure, if you pay me.
Pay you. And what would I owe you for looking at these notes?
All right, both of you could pay me at once. You could pay me for the notes, and you could pay me for my earrings. Maybe 200 million berries a pop.
Sounds like a pretty good deal to me, to be honest.
What?
I do not have this much liquid funds on me, but I think we could work out some sort of trade. I have just come into possession of something quite fascinating, and I will have notes from a trained professional, the highest of the highest order. I will have notes from him on how to analyze and grow atom trees of your own. As an investment, it could produce, as much, value as a whole atom tree, perhaps multiple atom trees. And this knowledge could be very valuable to you.
So let me get this straight. You want me to pay you for information on how to grow a tree. And your buddy over there, he points at the antelope man, wants me to pay him for him to research this tree. Sounds like I'm double dipping. What you think?
And you are
Except I'm not dipping. I'm getting stripped twice.
Quality research. Research has many forms. It has many applications and many parts of the production process. We have our researchers, but we also have our data collectors, and they are both very important. And this could be billions upon billions of berries.
Atom trees take hundreds of years to grow. I know I'm gonna live a long life, but I don't think I'm gonna live that long.
But we are working on how to grow them faster. You could be the
that don't
only
exist.
fast-growing atom trees in the world.
You gotta sell me with a little more than words on that. Sorry.
They do not exist yet, my friend. Yet is the key word there.
The key word is friend.
Right amount of funds.
We ain't friends. And the shit that you're trying to sell me, I don't think we ever will be. Get to moving.
Well, Mr. Soros, I was actually here just to, first of all, say thanks for the ores and the minerals. That really coming in clutch there. I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I just had a question. Like, so say all this works and we get to Elbath. Like, what are you planning on doing? Isn't this kind of like your home base and everything?
Who's going to Elbath?
Aren't we all going?
Hell no. I'm not going there.
Where are you going?
New World's got a ton of places to visit. I might go down to the ice continent, bury my riches under hundreds of layers of snow.
Why?
I heard some guy did that. I figured, seems like a pretty good idea.
A good idea for what, though?
Security.
Right, but what if you want to use it?
The hell would I want to use it for?
Your riches?
I already got it.
Well, right. But what if you want to, buy something?
Listen, you clearly have a misunderstanding of what exactly I hold. I don't got little buried coins in my pockets, chump. I got precious artifacts, weapons, sculptures, statues, paintings, anything with value. I got it. Those aren't the kind of things that you hawk for money and keep moving. Those are the kind of things that you keep. The kind of stuff that they would display in Mary Joie.
Right, but hear me out. Even if you don't hawk them, you can make more riches by having some of them, available. Like I know you mentioned weapons. Like me personally, I would pay some sort of money to at least be able to, observe and learn from the construction of such fantastic weapons and such. Now how much that is, I don't know. That part of it, I haven't thought about it. That type of thing. But that I was just wondering why burying them in the snow sounds pretty specific and useless. You know what I'm saying?
You see that? That right there is the greed that they talk about in the ancient texts. The reason that I lust for riches and money is so that I can spend it on things like that. I don't do it for more money. Anyone that makes money for the sake of making money is a fool. A fool with no hopes and dreams.
Right.
I've already gotten what I need.
Right, versus making money to bury it in the snow. Okay.
You don't understand the value of money yet. Maybe one
No,
day you will.
I understand. I just don't understand what burying it in the snow does to that value.
Preserves it. Legacy is what matters.
Right, but you could just get a safe, right? Like you don't have to go bury it in the snow in the ice continent. That seems rather extreme and eccentric.
Ain't nobody gonna break open the ice continent. It's the greatest security that there is.
I mean, but clearly somebody else already has, and you're talking about doing it. It's not that impossible.
Yeah, you probably went to a more shallow part. I'm gonna go to the parts where even ancient giants get frozen.
Right, but hear me out. If you can do it to put your treasure down there, why would somebody else not be able to do it to get it out?
Because there's no one strong like a giant. And I know for a fact there ain't another giant out there doing what I'm doing.
Right, but again, hear me out. What if you don't have to be a giant, but you have, I don't know, a device to dig through it?
She'll look at you with wide eyes and it'll be like, a device to drill through the ice continent. You might be as delusional as the other two.
That's the delusional part of this. I could make something to drill through the ice continent. You give me enough funding, and 100% I could.
Funding this, funding that. If you really can, then make it with nothing.
Then make it with nothing. What exactly is made with nothing? Nothing.
Incorrect. How do you think we all came into existence? From nothing?
No, from something. There was nothing, and then there was something, and that's how things existed. And for things to exist, there has to be the presence of something. That's why they call it something.
Yeah, but because there's something, that implies that there's nothing. and there has to be nothing for there to be something. Ergo, everything comes from nothing.
I know you're rich, but this is not a. That makes absolutely zero sense. I'm going to be honest. But regardless, I could make a. I wasn't saying you have to fund it. I'm just saying it's possible. Like, I already have ideas of how that would work, and it would be super. Not super. It'd be a little time consuming, but not all that hard.
Listen, Chump. If you knew anything about making sense, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Why
I'll
not?
tell you this. If you can figure out a way to break through those disgusting, gaudy-ass statues that are terrorizing this island, and maybe I'll consider you got a potential to make something that can crack the ice cone.
That's fair. Can you... You got any spare, like, strong metal laying around?
Damn, man, how much spare stuff do you need? Get your own.
You said you got a whole bunch. What do I look like here? You said I'm a fool for looking at mere berries. I'm asking for a little bit of
stuff here early.
I was just checking around, like maybe a little bit. Look, not even for monetary purposes, simply for structural integrity. Like you got like a little bit of diamond I could use. That you said they're stone, right?
Do you think a Worldbringer seed could stop them?
I don't even know what that is, but it sounds super strong. What's a Worldbringer seed?
A Worldbringer seed is the stuff that makes islands. You tell me what will happen if we use one of those on a big chunk of stone.
Well, can I look at it?
But I think that chunk is going to get even bigger.
Well, can I look at it? You got a Worldbringer seed?
Well, he thinks it's a Worldbringer seed, but I've known them as Chaos Shards. I've tested them before, and usually the results are random.
Random? Like 100% random?
Yeah, pretty much. Last time I used one, my crew nearly forgot about me.
Oh,
they lost all memory of me.
That does not sound particularly helpful. I'm going to be honest. So maybe what he's saying kind of has a little bit of validity there. I don't know about a Worldbringer seed, but that may not necessarily be the exact solution because there's no way to tell him what it does.
There is always a chance that it could destroy it or vanish it from existence.
I mean, yeah, but isn't like there also an equal chance that it could like make it unbeatably strong?
Yeah, that is true. It's a gamble either way.
Right. But I feel like giant stone statues that scare away giants are probably not the time to take such gambles. But diamond, yeah. Like, look, you got whatever that's called dripping, like hanging on your body, bro. I'm asking for a little bit of diamond to prove to you that such things like drilling through and I'll like throw up air quotes, ice continent. It's not that hard.
You say you can't get it done without diamond.
I was just asking if you had some, man. It was a yes or no question.
I might have some for sale.
Well, yeah, that'd probably be a good way to go. But hey, look, I understand if you're too worried about losing the bet to provide it. I totally get it, bro. But me personally, I wouldn't be that scared. But that's
you might be the first man I've ever met that challenged someone to a bet and then asked for their help to win.
Well, you were sitting here bragging about how rich you are. You don't see me getting all braggadocious, talking about, oh, you don't understand money like this when you bury it in ice when you get this rich. I'm just saying, break off a couple diamonds, man. Why are you getting all sensitive?
When you're rich, it's more than just having money. It's living like it.
Yeah, but what's living like money more than tossing a couple diamonds to a pauper's way? That's as rich and opulent as it gets, Nah. I'll hold out like a little tin can.
Look down at the tin can and I'll be like, in my opinion, it's more fun to laugh at the pauper. Ha, ha, ha.
Well, in my opinion, it sounds like you're just scared because I can drill through your silly little ice continent real easy.
Yeah, with my help. And even then, this little piece of diamond is going to break off. This ain't no regular ice.
Well, I figured it was a continent made of ice, probably not regular ice, but I didn't know we were stating the obvious.
It's the kind of ice that can freeze even an ancient giant. Do you know what that means? You never heard of the new giant pirates? Or the giant pirates?
I heard ancient giants can be good crafting material, but besides that,
I don't know where the hell you heard that. This stuff is next level. No joke.
Yeah. It sounds like a skill issue, to be honest, but that's that's just me, though. But hey, if you don't want to part with the diamond, I understand. You know, finances are tight. Look, we've all been there, man. I get it. But I'll still figure out something for you, even with those little pesky stone statues, I guess. I'll add it to my list of things to do this week.
When you run out of money, I guess you know where to find me.
Hey, look, man, my name is Bangy Boom. I ain't never run out of money in my life.
We'll see. We'll take another swig. The camera will flash over to I guess the NPCs, Kent and Finch. Actually, I'll say they're all talking to Paul Borne. Yeah, they're all chatting away as he's making dinner and shit. Murdoch, this gentleman will fish you out of the ale and deposit you sopping wet on the table or something. He'll look down at you with a curious eye. Go like, so is that how people get drunk?
I don't know. First time I tried it, but I think it had the desired effect.
Oh man, you look like your life is falling apart, man. Best of luck to you. You can have the rest of this, by the way.
Hey, beer and me juices.
Yeah.
Pause?
Yeah.
Murdoch will keep drinking.
Alright. You'll keep drinking. I guess we'll go back to oh god. Sorry, give me a second.
Yo, Angel, you looking at the chat?
Oh, I didn't know he was in there.
Here? Are you on stream? No, I don't think he's in here.
No, he ain't even here. I'm tripping.
Yeah, Lord Soros is kind of stingy, right?
Yeah.
There goes my plan. You know what? Maybe Bangy Boom would be up for it. I'm trying to get a crew together to go rob this dude.
Rob who?
Soros.
Why would I rob him?
I don't know.
All right.
That bag.
I'm back. My apologies. My apologies. Shut up.
What the fuck?
Let's see. Who we cutting to? Borne, Yiga? What are you guys up to? Damn, man. I'm all over the place.
Are they just laying me with cups, or if not, I was gonna cartwheel over to Murdoch.
Yeah, they'll run you off the table, I guess, as you flip and tumble towards Murdoch.
You guys are slow.
Silver cockroach.
Yeah, as I'm cartwheel into this giant. Oof.
Hey!
Sorry there, fella.
Sorry, little man. No harm, no foul.
There's no harm, no foul. Right. Oh, Murdoch, you look smashed. Real Blotto, bro.
I'm doing fine. You want a Captain beer?
What's a captain beer?
Oh no, I got my words mixed. I meant, do you want a beer, Captain?
Yeah.
Murdoch's gonna like
Oh.
pour half of his cup in Yiga's cup and like fill a bunch of it.
Smells kind of funky.
It's special. If there's hair in it, don't worry.
Oh no. Yeah, I might cool off on that a little bit for now. You know, stick to my word. Hey, did you say you wanted to go meet your old man? You know, he seemed like a really strong guy. Kind of want to pick his brain.
Yeah, man. Just don't really know where he is right now.
yeah, I can see that. I mean, shit, we could wander.
Later.
All right, say what you will. I'm gonna check on everybody else.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the drunkest I ever seen with Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna see how the other crewmates, 2 Finch, Canada doing.
They are, I guess, engaging in spirited conversation with each other. Kent is trying to convince Finch to let him try and hit her with his harpoon leg as she flies around like a bird. Tuo is picking at her teeth with her dagger, looking at the flowers with a little melancholy look in her eye. There's some flowers on the windowsill. I guess as you cartwheel over, you will notice over here. I guess the scale doesn't really represent it, but this is what looks to be like a regular human house, just perched up on the table. Kind of looks like a doll house, except the size of a regular spot. And you'll see like fine traces of dust all over it. Seems like it's been untouched for a very long time.
I'll glance at Tuo over like hey kid, let me talk for a second.
Yeah. What up, Captain?
This way. I guess I'll like perch up next to this human-sized house. Oh shit, I'm on top. But yeah, I was like so what's got you in a tizzy, kid?
Oh, nothing. It's been a while since I've seen my sister.
Well, you don't got nothing like bar, like a little charm or something, or?
Well, yeah, but I miss her.
Yeah, we'll be back soon. It's not like she's far away. I mean, shit. I mean, you really miss her. I'll take out the den.
Oh, really, Captain?
Yeah, but I want to ask you something for real, and be straight.
What's
with
up?
me. What you said about Chuma?
Yeah, he's dead.
How do you know?
I saw it. I told you. I saw his life force disappear, like a candle going out.
But how?
Murdoch said it's this hockey. I don't know. I just saw it.
Maybe I'll try for myself. Maybe I could do it. Yeah, I don't know.
I think the only reason I did it is because I was scared to high hell.
Yeah, I was scared too. I'm sure everybody was scared, but we made it, and yeah.
Not all of us.
Yeah, he won't respond to that. He'll just he'll toss her to den and hop down. I'll shout to Murdoch. I'll be outside waiting whenever you're ready.
Alright, I'll add a den to her sheet. You can just mark that it's in her possession on yours and take it off.
Yeah.
Alright, Onya is gonna make her way over to the table. Borne seems to be making his way somewhere as well. Joko, bang. What's the word?
Oh, well, at this point, Bang's pretty fired up, so he's going back to his workshop to get started on his long list of things, and I guess maybe get a rest for the night.
A little alone time? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Of course.
Also, I'm gonna swap one of my spells during this long rest.
Bet. You can swap as many as you want.
Okay.
Motherfucker telling me like I know what spells he has, bro.
Yeah, I ain't ask all that. I was gonna say what I did.
Okay. Okay, Borne, you're heading out with Yiga. I'll take the sounds as a bet.
Talk.
Joko, you are speaking to Viridian. I'll take the sounds as a yes. Onya, you are headed over to the table.
Mhm.
You'll see
Yeah.
Tuo is off in the corner talking to her hand. Finch and Kent are at this point like full blown arguing. Finch is like making fucking jazz hands, I guess, as she's gesticulating her points. And Kent is angrily taking his hat off and putting it back on, and taking his hat off and putting it back on. What would you like to do? Oh man.
Yeah, Anya's gonna sit next to next to 2-0. You doing okay?
Hey Doc, I'm trying for Hua, but I think she might be asleep. I don't know. No one's picking up.
And they're probably really busy over there with the ship.
Yeah. It kind of sucks. I didn't really have any interest in the ship, so I came here. It seems like this place is a lot more dangerous.
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna get more dangerous from here?
Well, when we head to the Grand Line, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you think I'll survive?
I think that's something you shouldn't really think about.
What do you mean? What if I die? I don't want to die.
Well, if you die, make sure you die doing what you want to do. Or at least trying to do what you want to do. Just make sure you die without regrets.
See, that makes sense. But I don't want to leave Hua alone, you know. We already got abandoned once.
Well, that's something you can fight to live for.
Fight to live for.
Mm-hmm.
I see. What are you fighting to live for, Anya?
Guess I'm still trying to figure out that answer. I mean, I have a dream, but I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I'm wondering. I guess I don't have that answer quite yet. But I wanted to live my life to the fullest no matter what happens.
As you say this, you will I don't have the voice lines for it, but you will hear an insidious laughter in the back of your head as the voice of Azrael rings out. It will be like, the only reason you live is to further my machinations. Yeah. You will become the mother of chaos.
Anya will
looking at you with the...
Anya will hold her head and like as if she's having like a pain in her head.
So we'll be like, what's going on? Doctor, we need a doc. Oh shit!
No, I'm fine.
You okay? You just stopped talking mid sentence and it collapsed.
It's all right. It's just him.
Oh, that voice in your head.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's what you're fighting a little for. The voice in your head.
Fighting for him and what he wants and what he wants to dictate with me for me.
But what if it's not him, Doc? What if it's you and it just sounds like him? After all, how could he get in your head? Only person that has mastery of their thoughts is, themselves.
I don't know.
Like sometimes
There's a lot of things about this world we still don't understand, but it just
just sometimes there's like that little voice in your head.
With the way he just vanished, like did he really die, or is he ascended into some higher being and now he's haunting me?
Back in Baria, they used to have these little comic books. My friend Henri, he would always read them. And he told me that the number one thing was, if there's no body, then they're not dead.
Well, that kind of supports my suspicions.
So what are you going to do?
Honestly, see where it goes. I'll do what I want to do, but if he continues to haunt me, I'll have to find a way to deal with this, to confront it.
She'll nod. She'll be like, Hua was looking up some pretty weird books when Ingrid was, teaching her some weird stuff. Maybe she has some ideas. I'll let you know if I can get her on the line.
Yeah, or whenever we regroup with them, I could ask them.
Yeah, hopefully that's soon. Okay. She'll go back to down and then.
Thanks. 2-0.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. You'll continue having this conversation or wander off. We'll see. But Joko, you make your way over to these three groups of these three brothers that are laughing uproariously as they're slapping the chest in front of them. As you jump onto the table, one of them will notice and will be like, "Oh Lord, another one. No silver hair. I wonder if he talks slow."
And why would I talk slow to you?
Oh, he talks normal. What's your story? What's with the crown? Is that a crown?
It is indeed a crown.
This guy thinks he's a king.
Oh, not quite yet. But remember, it is yet. One day I will come back, not a king, but an emperor.
Now, what exactly would a small man like you be king of, huh? A molehill?
I will be king of a land much greater than you will have ever seen. This world, it is a world of islands. A world somewhat destroyed, in my opinion. But me, I will rule over a different world. Anyways, that is enough of my plans. Why are you slapping this box?
Oh, this thing is like a test of strength, Pops told us if we could crack it open with our bare hands, then we'd be ready to challenge the seas of the new world. Is that what you meant when you be king of a different world, the new one?
Well, I will come back for the new world, but that is not the first goal. Anyways, what exactly is inside your box here?
No one knows. We haven't been able to open it. Pops had it from way back when we used to sail.
Oh, and he put whatever is inside? What if it is empty?
It ain't about what's inside, chump. It's about getting it open.
Oh, so you would not care if it was empty when you went inside it?
Nope.
You would feel no differently?
Who cares what's inside? It's about getting it open. That's what counts. Don't you get that?
Oh, fair enough. Joko's gonna see if he can slip through this thing. Or actually, I'll just look at it and see if it is made out of sea stone.
Sure. Give me a investigation.
I mean, chances it are low, but shoot, might as well before I walk into a wall. Investigation. That's a 7.
All right, with a 7, you look this thing over, and to you, it doesn't look like there's any sea stone. At least not on the exterior. You can see that the keyhole is big enough that you might be able to squeeze through, but you're not quite sure what could be on the other side.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and just walk inside of it. I can drop an ability if you guys. I'll find it real quick. There you go. Oh yeah, ignore the awakened part. I ain't awakened for shit. But yeah, I'm just gonna walk through this thing.
Yeah, the first ascend and then deny advises one piece, but the first location. Other objects touch the rest behind. Cannot end your turn partially within objects. Okay. You will begin shuddering in place like good old bury out. As you begin to tunnel through the walls of this thing. You will feel it's like dark and cold, and you don't really have any sensations. But you remain confident in your abilities, and you'll hear a high cackling sound in your head as you phase through the walls of the chest. Find yourself in a dark, enclosed space. Seems to be pretty open. It's very difficult to see a single thing in here. It's complete darkness.
Let's see, do I have anything for this? Oh wait, I think I have a thing where tinkering or something. Oh, yeah. So I can do this. And I'm gonna just like, I don't know, tap my sword or something, and it will. Or wait, no, it's a tiny object. I've got a berry or something in my pocket, so I can just take out a dollar bill or a berry and like make it shine really light. So I have 5 feet of light in a 5-foot radius, and dim feet in another 5 feet.
You hold up this berry like a torch, shine it into the darkness to see if you can spot anything. And you will see it'll slowly light up like a glistening thread, I guess. Yeah, that's what it describes as a thread. A glistening thread that wraps from one end of the wall to another. It's like string after string after string as your light illuminates what looks to be like a cobweb, a spider web that encroaches its way across the inside of this chest into the center of the room, where wrapped inside a cocoon of silk, of string, it seems like there is something, a chunk of something inside of these this wrap cocoon. The size would be about, I guess it would be kind of small. It would be like maybe 4 or 5 feet tall, like a foot or 2 across.
Wait, 4 or 5 feet tall and a foot or 2 across. So this is like the size of a human being.
Yeah, like a kid, decently tall kid.
I was like 5 foot. Kid's growing fast. Okay. I see I see spider webs. First thing I want to do is try and look for spiders. I don't want to get jumped by a giant spider, so I'll look around for spiders.
You flash, or you take a quick walk around the perimeter. This thing isn't that big. It's like I said, it's about the size of a school bus. Not that you would know what a school bus is. That was an above table metaphor. You walk around the school bus, again, not school bus, and you quickly discern that there are no living things, at least nothing scampering around, nothing with nothing else in this enclosed space with you, other than this. I mean, it's not quite living, but this chunk of web. In fact, you'll take a look around and you'll realize that these threads, the silk, all this shit, it looks very, very old. There's like fine flakes of dust all over, and it looks as if it's been untouched for a very long time.
All right. I mean, I'll try and take this object down, or like is it strung up? Do I need to cut it down?
Yeah, imagine like it's just attached by web like all over the room.
Sure, I'll try and cut it down with my short sword. I can swing it around on a chain.
All right, give me an attack roll.
Okay. $16.
All right, you bring your sword down, and it will clang off of the silk. This stuff, it looks like soft, smooth, but as your weapon screeches off, and there's like a scatter of sparks, you realize that this shit it's straight iron. It's very it's very dense, very thick, or not quite thick. I'll say very sturdy, like metal wire or something, amplified by 10. Your sword will cling off, and then you'll feel the whole fucking place start to shake as you're suddenly knocked on you're almost knocked off your feet as the whole room starts to shake up and down, and you'll hear a bellowing voice outside. It'll be like, "Hey, little man, you in there? You in there? How the hell do you do that? These little guys are so interesting. Think if I shake it hard enough, they'll come out."
Cut it out! Cut it out! He'll like shout from inside, like trying to reach the keyhole so that they can hear him.
You'll see like the whites of a massive eye form or show up near the keyhole. As this guy's like, "I see a little bit of light in there. Oh my god, he's actually inside. Hey, see if you can get it open."
Hey, you have been trying to open it forever.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
You got 2 minutes.
You don't care about the inside.
Yeah, I don't care about the inside. I'm trying to get it open.
Hey, well, you slam away. Just don't shake the thing.
He'll be like, "All right, 2 minutes, and then I'm shaking you out of this thing." He'll
Why?
suck the top of the box.
What is your problem?
As your teeth rattle, as the entire cage shakes.
All right. You know what? Shoot. You said is it actually metal, or was it just hard as metal? Like it clanged, right?
Yeah, it was hard as metal, and then there was sparks.
Let me.
As your sword like scraped off of it.
I guess I can try. I could burn down their entire box. That might do something.
Great idea.
You know what? Can I just sever it by freaking sending it? I think I can use. Maybe I can like shred the things apart with some of my devil fruit abilities. Let me see how many things it takes. 5 charges. What does this take? 2 devil fruit charges. So I want to use this to like send the object and cut the cords around it.
You want to use this on the object?
Yeah, but like I'm trying to cut the cords around it and send the object, not damage the object itself.
All right. As an action, you spend 2 double charges, con save, successful, strength, root save DC 5 or more. And all right. Strength, dex, or con. What's the DC on your shit?
It should be the same as my spell save, I believe. But let me go and find.
Oh, your spell save.
Yeah, I was going to go find that. I was just making sure before I told you a number. It's 16.
16. Okay, nice. You will concentrate your might and apply the techniques that you've honed over years of practice. And by all records, this should work. But there's like this. What's a good way to describe it? I guess as you like open your rifts and send them towards this thing with the intention of severing the bonds around it, there will be this like shunking sound, and you'll get a kind of similar sensation to falling a very large distance and quickly meeting a very hard object, like this sudden rush as your attack just seems to bounce off of this shit. It seems ineffective, not quite strong enough to pierce through these bonds.
Shit. I think that's the strongest thing I have. Like, I think that's my single strongest attack. Screw it. I mean, the threads are attached to the box, right?
Yup.
They wanted to destroy their box, or did they want to open it or destroy it?
They want to open it.
Okay. Does it have a lock mechanism that I can try and sleight of hand from the other side? I have like advantage on sleight of hand, and I think I have thieves' tools. I do have thieves' tools proficiency, and I have thieves' tools available to me.
Nice. You could try. It is a pretty big keyhole, so that might make the job easier or harder, depending on your dexterity, I guess.
I'm gonna be in there individually pushing pins up, like deadlifting pins.
It's like a crazy game of Twister.
All right. Can I like make a check, or what do I have to do?
Well, you would have to go on the outside, probably.
Oh, I can't work on it from the inside, even though it's a giant lock. I figured it'd be vulnerable from the inside. All right. Well, that's what I was trying to do. I have one more idea, but I feel like I've been on screen for a while, frankly. Do you want to move on before my last idea?
That's very considerate of you. I think you're fine. We can finish this up.
All right. Shoot, they want the box open. The box is open if it's destroyed. I'm gonna crash out because I feel like it. So I'm dropping a Sculpt Spells Fireball on myself.
Jesus Christ.
So I'll just burst, like I'll open a portal and just burst out with flame, and then I'll weave it around myself with my Sculpt Spells stuff. And I had one more point left. That's perfect. I don't have any more of those points left.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a firebomb inside here, but it's not going to touch me, so I kind of don't care.
All right, give me that 8d6.
All right, let's see if this works. If it does, then I'm hoping that the strands disconnect. I'm going to take off with this weird thing. I want it for some reason. Where? Oh wait, I have to actually click the spell. Duh. I am clicking the spell. Oh, there it went.
Okay, 33. You clap your hands together, and there's a massive boom that echoes all around you. On the outside, the box will like jump and shift a couple inches as black plumes of smoke seep out of the keyhole. All the three giants will lean forward expectantly, looking at this thing. As the I'll say the top will kind of rattle a little bit from the force of the explosion, and there will be this little popping sound. And as the smoke clears, Joko, you will see that there's like an inch, maybe 2-3 inches of light seeping through the edges of this place, just barely illuminating the structure that you're in.
Do you say 2 inches of light?
2 inches of light. Yep. It's a
Put
pretty big amount.
Put a 2-inch hole in. I mean, it is probably a pretty thick box. You know what? I'm a chill and call them on their bluff. I can escape if I need to. So this is my new home. They can suck my balls.
Zu will knock on the head of the chest as he's checking for you, and as he does that, the camera will whoosh over to the outside. I'll put you guys on the small map. I think. Make sure this bitch is empty. I don't think I've ever made a night version of this shit. Alright, Yiga and I'm assuming Borne will step outside. You guys will be like somewhere around here. Borne 2, or not Borne, Bang 2. So you guys will be somewhere around there, very close to Wallace Shipyard and very close to the giant meeting hall that you guys were arrived at when you first came to the city. The town, I should say.
God damn.
I'm just gonna let them know. Like, hey, I'm heading back to the workshop, so got a lot of stuff to work on at this point. But come find me if you guys need anything.
All right.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, I want that staff. You should make that. I wanted to reach to the moon.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Okay, I'll shoot the finger guns. Well, you're the man.
Yeah, I was kind of half ignoring it and just move on.
Yeah, ain't no way.
Ain't no way he did things.
Oh shit. Oh, I'm gonna turn to Borne. Oh, you really think you went dead?
I mean, if there's any of us that has the highest odds in the water, it'd be him.
True. Do you know the hockey thing?
What, you mean this? And Yiga can't see it.
Look, I'm talking about the sensing people dying. Too said she felt Chuma like his life just go away.
She can sense people?
Hell, that's what I'm saying.
Fair?
Like, oh,
I can only sense alcohol.
let me give it a shot. I'll close my eyes. Start straining. Like,
Alright, give me a perception check.
Perception.
This is more of an active check, so you can't use your passive.
Yeah.
This is gonna be like the blind guiding the blind.
Damn.
Shit.
Alright, you close your eyes and focus, concentrate, and you're like focusing your mind on every like cell in your body is on fire. You take a sharp intake of breath, and you'll feel this like brilliant light flaring from right next to you. as you briefly look over, somehow looking over with your eyes closed, and you'll see this like almost like a geyser of just like brilliant white energy emanating from the spot where Borne was. It'll erupt in like a flash of sparks, and then it'll be briefly followed by another couple of bursts of sparks bang a few feet away as he's trudging back to the shipyard. The giant souls in the house, and of course your beloved crew in there as well. It's brief. All this happens in like the span of a second. You'll feel these brilliant life energies blooming all around you.
I can see, and I'll just like fall over.
Yeah. Captain, that's why you got the replacement eyes. That way you could see.
I need a drink. I'll just start chugging, bro. Where the hell's Murdoch? I'm trying to find his dad. There's more of this stuff. I don't want anybody to ever die again. I'll like mumble that.
Would I hear that?
Sure.
I'm gonna just stumble off. I'll nearly fall into the water, but then I'll rebalance myself.
All right, you will take off, roaming the village. I'm assuming Borne is following you. Anything you're looking for in particular?
The older Murdoch.
All right, give me an investigation check.
Let's see. God damn. Fuck.
Wander around town. It's getting dark out as the sun is setting. Most people are either they've packed up all their shit for today or they're in the process. See a couple of giant-sized fishermen hauling out the last of their stocks of the day's haul. You'll see some smaller, half giant maybe. They're packing up a little part near the docks. Everyone just seems to be doing their own thing. Unfortunately, you do not see hide nor hair of the elder Murdoch.
What the fuck? I'll start screaming. I'll start roaring.
Someone will throw a fish at you.
Captain.
This is big fish.
Let's go back. We'll wait for our Murdoch. We'll go look for his Murdoch in the morning. I don't know. Let's go get some sleep.
There you get fell asleep.
What the what? Did he really? I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I'm sleeping right there, bro. Right on the docks.
All right. Okay. Borne, you say you're not saving them?
Oh no, Sky went straight back to go back to everybody else.
All right. Well, you might wake up without a kidney. Okay. Borne, you'll make your way back to the others. And I'm assuming Murdoch would be. I don't know. Is Murdoch planning to leave? You're just gonna stay and drink.
I think at some point Murdoch realizes that everyone's kind of gone, so he's gonna start wandering out of the house too, kind of aimlessly and really drunk.
And Sky's gonna tell him where Yiga went and where Yiga crashed at.
He probably decided this around the time Joko was talking with the other guy, and they said the word king like 5 times in the same sentence. So Murdoch just got the heebie-jeebies and left.
All right. Then yeah, Borne, you would see him as he stumbles out of the door, and you, I guess, direct him to Yiga, and then you guys will go on your separate ways. Borne, you're just heading back inside.
Yeah.
All right. And Murdoch, are you just wandering around town? Are you looking for anyone in particular? Or are you gonna head to where you is?
I'm either looking for anyone from the crew, but I do also have in the back of my mind Yiga mentioning my father, so I might be having a look for that too at the same time.
All right, give me a investigation.
I'm away from my PC. Can you do it?
Yeah. Say it's the higher the better. Investigation. A solid 12. All right, you will be wandering around the docks, and I guess your I guess sensitive ears would pick up on the noise. But amidst the quiet, waves washing up against the shores and the wood, there seems to be the sound of sawing logs. As you find Yiga half toppled underneath a bunch of giant crates, his head curled up against like a massive sack of rice, snoring fitfully.
Oh, there you are, Captain. I guess there's enough room on this rice bag, and Murdoch's just gonna lie down beside him on the other side of the bag.
Yeah, I know.
All right. 2 sets of kidneys missing. Okay. You guys will fall asleep in the docks as the camera will zoom back over to the house. Or actually, we'll say it'll go past the house into the shipyard. As bang de boom, you arrive in the place that has become your station for these few weeks that you've been on this island. Let me just clear the tokens. Oh yeah, I forgot how big this shit is. All right, yeah, we don't gotta fucking do this shit. I will just theater mind it. But yeah, you'll see the same kind of giant station that you've grown accustomed to. All your gear and stuff is laying pretty much untouched. And yeah, I'll say that there's like a bunch of crates and barrels and stuff full of these different just raw chunks of ore. We'll say there's like carts that kind of resemble like dumpster trucks in terms of just how much silver, bronze, iron in raw forms is just gathered in this area. There's some chunks of wood freshly chopped down by Paul Bunyan. You've got your collection of petrified wood and some pieces of atom wood yourself. You've got all the puzzle pieces in front of you. What is the first move that you're going to make?
Well, the first thing I'll probably start with the ores. I'll take little bits out of each of the crates and stuff like that, and fire up the furnace. Try to see if I can figure out what proportions I need to maximize the heat resistance.
All right, are you doing this with just the conventional ores? We'll say that you have like copper. Bronze is a fucking alloy. Copper, nickel, iron, and some aluminum. We'll say.
Yeah, that's all. That's all the stuff he gave me, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm working with.
All right, give me a. We'll say a Smith Tools check using intelligence.
Smith Tools. Can I just roll one of my other tools that uses intelligence?
Do you have Smith Tools proficiency?
Oh no, I have I'll use what's it called? The right tool. That'll give me the tools. I am proficient in Smith Tools, I believe. Let me check. I'm pretty
Doesn't
sure
the right tool just automatically give you proficiency?
it gives me the tool kit. But I'm pretty sure I'm also proficient in Smith's tools. Just double check.
All right, if you're not, it's just gonna be a nature check. But the DC will be high.
Yeah, I am proficient in Smith's tools. I send that to my sheet. So let me add it on here real quick. It's intelligence.
All right, 23, solid. Okay, so you'll start mixing trace amounts here and there. You would probably begin with copper and nickel, forming a compound of cupro nickel. From your knowledge as a shipwright, you would have known that there's some newfound techniques that seem to involve using copper and nickel alloys to coat the bottom of ships. Because they have very good corrosion resistance properties, particularly in seawater-like environments. This all came from the latest edition of Shipbuilder's Digest, which of course you have a monthly subscription for. Yeah, you'll mix some stuff together, and you'll feel pretty confident in this thing's ability to weather long journeys at sea. But you are kind of going for the opposite here. You're trying to find something that can resist the destructive forces of lava and magma. And so you'll have to dig a little bit deeper. You'll start, weighing options, incorporating some nickel, some aluminum, even some coal into the mix. And it's a very tough and long process as you prepare these small batches. None of them really seem to stand up to immense heat that well. And this is just you plunging them in the fires of the forge around you. Obviously, the lava and magma are going to be way hotter than this, exponentially hotter. So you'll need something. Your mind will drift back to the analysis of the petrified wood that you did in the atom tree. And as you withdraw your small sample and begin to incorporate that, you'll realize that in about maybe like 1 part petrified wood, 2 parts cupro nickel, and with a healthy dose of iron, you've come up with like some kind of base that might be able to resist lava. The extent, the total time which it can do so is going to require some further testing. But this is definitely a foundation start. It seems that incorporating the petrified wood is the answer that you're looking for.
Okay, so I guess after I finish that, I'll pull out a piece of the maybe like 10 or 5 feet of the atom wood that I got, and start kind of laying out the groundwork for a quarterstaff for Yiga. Not really paying too much mind to the whole extending to the moon at this point, because mechanically don't even know how to do that. But what I am gonna kind of considering what he's saying, where is it? What I'm gonna try to do. I guess to I'm looking through that like room stuff, but basically I'm trying to attach the enlarge reduce spell to the quarterstaff. That's one of the things that I'm doing. That's still what I'm working on, kind of in theory, but just making the base of it to try to make it, sturdy but still pretty light. Looking at the quality of the atom wood, and then I'll kind of pull up my book of different engravings and like weapon enhancements, and start studying those as to how exactly I can make this something fit for the captain of apparently notorious pirates.
Give me an insight or an investigation check. Say DC 19.
Okay, and I will guide myself.
Nice. All right. Hold on. Let me check here. Oh, actually, there is something cool. I mean, yeah, this is pretty straightforward. I didn't think you had this shit. But yeah, crafting a mundane item like a quarter staff. Let me double check how much it's worth. 1,000. Okay, yeah. All you would need is about 500 berries worth of wood, and in a couple hours, and you would be able to make this thing. And you already have the enhancement for enlarging. So, I mean, shit, you got it made for real. You just gotta spend the extra money for the enhancement.
1 second. I'm trying to find the enlarging one. Oh, there
Tactics.
it is. Yeah.
So I think you can have up to 3 tactical and only 1 essential. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I'm looking at the cost. Tier 1. So what, like 2 million?
So making the quarterstaff is going to be pennies, but adding all these shits onto it is going to take a lot of time and a lot of berries. Well, not too much time, but a lot of
2 million berries is what, like 200 gold?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Above table, I should also mention this will make it cost an attunement slot. I think you guys are very low on at the moment.
Yeah, I don't have anything else I have to attune at this particular moment.
Yeah, but if he's using it, he's the one that attunes.
Oh, he has to. Right, yeah. But I don't know if he has anything else attuned. But is it just to use the ability cost an attunement slot, like they use as a regular quarterstaff outside that?
As soon as you throw the enhancements on it, it's going to require attunement to be able to use the enhancements. If you throw the enhancements on it and then he doesn't attune, it will just function like a regular quarterstaff.
Okay. Well, yeah. Then I'll do it. I'll spend the 200 gold. And add enlarging to it.
God damn, what the?
Okay, let me see how this shit works again. Compatible less than 3, a 7 corresponding tools, and a compatible schematic. Alright, so let's say all these enhancements that you have on the dock, you already have schematics of. All of them would be at tier 1, but I don't think
that's what I was basing the cost off of. Like the installation
scale. Oh, it does scale. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So if you want, you can try and upgrade the enlarging schematic that you have. But if not, it would be just installing it. Yeah, just installing it. So 2 hours at tier 1, 2 million berries, and a DC 18 woodcarver's tools check.
Woodcarver's tools?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, then I will guide myself once more and give it a shot. Guidance.
All these use intelligence.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. With all that, you would be you'd be good. Actually, hold on. I think I said some shit about using guidance on this. Oh no, that was on the other shit.
I was about to say, when else would I use guidance?
Okay. I'm gonna say with how guidance works, it's like a quick word of advice for like a skill check, like a quick one-time skill check. The tool check that you're doing here is consider it like over the course of multiple hours, as you're it's basically just concatenating all the work that you're putting in. So I'm gonna say for these kind of checks, guidance.
I can 1 second.
I'm on a roll. DC 18.
Oh, would this be considered a mastercraft item?
Technically no.
Oh, okay. It like reduces my like production time and stuff.
Yeah, no. I guess you would turn these items into mastercraft items.
Well, that's what I thought. That's really all the mastercraft items are. But
they're like magic items.
Well, what makes them magic items is like adding a like ability or something like that on there. I don't even know if I have an inspiration. Oh, do my advancements in terms of like making that alloy and stuff for the ship count towards dreams or doing something related towards my ultimate goal and accomplishments?
Yeah, definitely. Ambitious.
Well, then I will use the inspiration I gained from that to roll again, I guess.
Sounds good to me. Could use a hockey point, say in a crucial move.
I don't even have hockey. I don't think. Yeah, but no, I'll just use that. I'll use the inspiration I got from that. And then a 19 should pass.
Hell yeah! It'll take a couple hours working into the night, but by the end of it, you will have a knob of atom wood that can be swung around like a baseball bat or a quarterstaff. Yeah, that's gonna take you out of the picture for most of the night, though. So after a long night of hard work, you will take a step back and wipe the sweat off your brow with satisfaction. But we'll go a couple hours into the past, back in Paul's place. Yiga and Murdoch have left. Borne, you will saunter back in to see the scenes. Everyone's been kind of gathered around the table at this point. You'll see these three brothers will be complaining about the thing that's been stuck inside of the box. They'll have the box on the table, and they'll be occasionally slamming it, and trying to shake you out, Joko. Give me a con save or a strength save. Your call. Say DC is 22. So we'll also sit down. Same with this guy. Oh, look at that.
Can I just put my hands and feet on the wall and stick there? That's a thing I can do.
Hey, spider climb. That's all I'm saying.
There you go, man.
You sounded so defeated, bro. God damn. Yeah, I'll give you advantage on the check.
I'm just tired. Okay, so strength save or dex save, or what is it?
Strength or con save. DC is 22.
Fuck me. Okay.
Well, I was moving my token.
Nice. With a 23, you are like barely holding on, and these guys will be a little bit disappointed, as at this point they think you're dead. Yeah. The others will gather on the table as everyone is served food. Paul will lay out this brilliant smorgasbord of damn, I'm not good with food descriptions. We'll say like just a bunch of vegetarian dishes. There's not a lot of meat left on this island. So Paul is while he was out, chopping wood, he's collected a bunch of like mushrooms, wild grasses, things like that. He's got a beautiful collection of salads that he's splayed across the table. Everyone will kind of look at it with a small measure of disappointment. They were hoping to get some good protein, but they'll all dig in with gusto. As the blottos will be like munching on little shreds of lettuce that are about the size of their heads.
The
go ahead.
Can if they put the box down and just left it alone for a minute, can Joko finally like take a good look at this stuff and try and figure out what the hell this webbing metal thing contraption is?
Yeah, give me an investigation or an insight or a nature.
Okay, investigation, insight, nature. I guess I'll do an insight. Wasn't supposed to be an advantage.
Okay, with a 17, you'll finally get a chance to breathe and examine this thing. It will be just like a collection, a string of these spider silk wires. At this point, you're convinced that there's like no stronger material on this planet than these little strands. They're very, very difficult to get through, no matter after everything you've tried. Even after the fireball that you erupted right in its face, there's little tiny scorch marks all over, but they don't seem to be impacted that much. You get the feeling that these things have been wrapped around whatever's inside for so long that maybe they've like calcified or just become like dense, brittle to the point where it's damn near indestructible. Getting through this would be akin to maybe breaking through some atom wood or maybe fucking shattering whatever those statues are made out of. Whatever's inside, it is very, very difficult to tell. But I will say that you will come to the conclusion that it definitely can't be anything organic. This thing has been encased in like airtight, solid material for who knows how long, at least a couple decades. Whatever's inside, even if it was living at one point, is now long dead.
Okay, is the box indestructible too?
I would say
when I scratch my sword on the ground, does it make a cut?
I would say with your check, you would realize that this thing definitely isn't indestructible, but it's going to take a very generous amount of force to break down the walls and force this thing open.
Okay,
but it's possible.
I guess I can spend an hour right tool, and then I can wood carver's tools maybe, and then I can I'm not trying to break these indestructible strings or nearly indestructible strings. I'm trying to carve the wood around them.
Okay. Bet. Give me a wood carver's tools check. We'll say strength is the attribute. I'm gonna set the DC to 21. 21.
Crazy. Fucking crazier.
All right, you
crit.
grit your teeth and decide you're gonna do this shit one way or another. And you will begin to saw out the little footholds that attaches these things to the walls. This is gonna take you a while, like a couple hours. So we'll zoom the camera out from this little hole that you found yourself and focus on the rest of the dinner table. As Borne, you would I guess be interested in the food that everyone is munching on. It seems that Paul has done his best to try and cover all the nutrients, but with your trained chef's eye, you can see that this dish is very clearly lacking in any really good fats, good proteins. He's got some nuts. He's got like some some nuts, but really not enough. These guys they might be feeling filled now, but come the morning, they're going to be craving some more food again. Paul will sit down with a harumph as if you need help, he'll like launch you up onto the table with another quick maneuver. He'll spread his arms wide and with like a monicum of a frown on his face. He'll be like, yeah, I know, it ain't good meat, but it's what we got, so let's eat it. Dig in, and everyone will start munching.
Are all the island's animals dead?
You'll see the big dude, the white-haired big dude next to you, will shake his head morosely. Be like, no. I mean, there's stuff running around, but it's hard. Most of the livestock isn't fresh enough or old enough to be killed yet. We had a farm a couple months ago, but it got trampled by those statues, so we've had to restart everything. And any animals in the forest, any ones that are too big, either got swallowed up by the lava or the statues. So it's just, little mice, rabbits that run around. Can't nobody eat that.
Oh. Well, it wouldn't be enough to feed everyone, but I do still have some fish, and I have some flour, I have some butter. If you can get me some more milk, I can make us some fried fish.
And we'll look up with lights in their eyes as you suggest the idea. And Wallow will be like, yeah. We got some. Run to the cold storage. Helfrig. And you'll see the girl will was it the girl? The fuck was her name? Oh yeah, the guy will run up. This one I can drop this, I guess. And rush off to gather up some milk. And he'll deposit this like funky smelling bag, like a cloth sack of milk. I guess in the kitchen table area. It's a very large amount, probably like a couple dozen gallons.
Ew, bagged milk. What is this? The island of Kanata? Alright,
I don't know
I'll
what you're talking about. As you spark up the giant cooking station, how much fish do you have?
I have 17 pounds of A-tier fish.
I mean, it's really not going to be enough to feed some giants, but you can try.
I know, that's why I was planning on also having the salads that he has as a way to hold them over.
Alright, are you using it all?
Yeah, I'll use it all. We can catch more. I will also throw in some of Sal's eggs.
That's it? Eggs?
Yeah, the Sal's eggs, A-tier flour, A-tier salt, A-tier butter, and A-tier fish.
You'll spend some time whipping together some solid quality ingredients and crafting up a dish that'll hopefully tide over these incoming grumbling stomachs. Give me a cooking utensils check. We'll say wisdom is the mod. I guess the higher you get, the better.
We are going to re-roll that.
That's
better.
Alright, with a 19, you will be able to spend the better part of an hour cooking up some shit. And as these guys are munching away with their dinner, most of their eyes will be on you as the smells begin to waft over to the rest of the room. Speaking of, on the table, everyone is munching down. As if with, I guess, how the shit is set up, almost all their eyes will be on the Blottos, since they're just like facing the table. As they're having their conversations and their banter over the table, you guys will be in the center of it all. As these guys trade stories about the shit that's been going on the island, they'll be pestering Paul and Walla, questions about their days sailing. You guys will realize that the three triplets are all Paul's sons, although there's no mention made of their mother. The two silver-haired giants are Walla's children. All these kids are around the 40-year mark, giant-wise, which human-wise about 15 to 16. But yeah, they're all Paul and Walla's children. Lord Soros is an outsider, but he seems to have known Paul and Walla for a very long time, as he'll cut in with occasional stories about their life before they left to the seas. Their life on the seas was an affair that took place maybe like 70, 80 years ago. They went out with a young captain by the name of Yiga Long as part of the Great Long Navy. Sailing around the seas, trying to find these things called scrolls. The children will mostly be asking about stories of, legendary people that they came across, people that they fought, stuff that they saw, and they'll be regaling them with tales. The children will be especially focused on tales of Elbath, and you'll learn that Paul and Walla both visited Elbath after their time with the Great Long Navy came to a close, before they headed back to the island of Elat. But they'll remain tight-lipped for the most part about what they saw on the island. Just telling the kids that it's an amazing place with a treasure tree that dwarfs this one. Truly a place for the best of giants. Yeah, you guys will be, I'll say Finch is like intently hanging on to every word that they spin in their stories. Tuo is munching, but she's also kind of just staring forlornly at her. Fucking hell, this music. She's just staring forlornly at the Denden. It seems like Hua has not picked up yet, and Kent is just basically talking over everyone, trying to get his own stories in. What would Onya be doing? Just eating dinner, listening along? Is there any specific person that she'd talk to? Lucas?
What?
What's Onya up to in this dinner?
Yeah, Anya. Yeah, as she eats, Anya is basically pondering what Tuo was talking to her about. Yeah.
All right, Anya will be lost in thought, thinking about what's happening in her head. I'll say you won't hear any explicit words of Azrael's voice, but you'll hear like occasional mutters, snatches of conversation that you can't quite make out. You're not sure if it's yourself talking or if it's Azrael, but there's like these almost like offhanded remarks, kind of akin to I guess the closest thing that it would remind you of was way back when you guys were training partners under the watchful eyes of Dr. Freya. She would have you guys doing various exercises, like testing you, like having you perform a mock surgical operation and quizzing you on the parts of the liver as she's doing it, asking you to break down the functional units of muscles and all kinds of organs, as you guys are practicing dissecting some animal species. Just grueling work, and you and Azrael would have developed this like kind of a routine as you bounce information off each other and try to keep shit in your mind. It's almost as if you're engaging in that again, except this time Azrael is not really there, and his words have a much darker tone to them. Indeed. Okay, Borne, you finished up quicker than you expected. About halfway through the salad appetizer course, the sounds of frying will cease, of grease popping will cease, as your fish have been fried, so to speak.
Oh, all right, guys. Go easy on it, cause there's not that much to feed everyone, but there should be enough to at least get some protein.
As soon as you lay the plate down on the table, there's like this blinding boom as everyone like lurches forward at the same time. The two silver-haired children will be the quickest. They will get shoved aside as Walla grinds their heads under the table and leaps at the food. The three triplets will be wrestling with each other as they reach for it, but they will be too slow as Soros gets there. He'll have pulled out a fucking sword at this point, and he'll be aiming it straight at the fish. But Walla will get there a step before him, and as he brings it down, she will intercept, like almost like a palm thrust, right before he can make contact with the food. He'll double over, the wind leaving his lungs as he collapses onto the table, and Walla will be looking at the food triumphantly before her eyes widen and she ducks at the last second as Paul Bunyan swings the stick side of his axe, the handle side of his axe, beaming Soros across the forehead and sending him flying into Buddy over here.
God damn.
And these guys all rap forward will like crash into a thing over there. Paul will be laughing uproariously as he reaches for some fish. And Walla will be grabbing the same piece of fish at the same time. And they'll begin a mighty tug of war as they're locking daggers with each other. The Blottos will like gingerly tiptoe around and grab some smaller pieces of fish. I guess kind of like little minnows almost, just chomping up the small pieces while these giants fight and wrestle over the large ones. After a tense exchange, Walla will end up with about half of the meat that she'll give a decent chunk to her children, but she'll be munching on most of it herself. Paul will also have a huge chunk to himself, and he'll be laughing at the brothers that are entangled with one another surrounding a nearly concussed Lord Soros. You would have I guess grabbed a small piece of meat yourself, and as you're chewing it, Paul will look down at you and he'll be like, "There's some good fish. Oh yeah, there's some good fish. I haven't tasted stuff like this since we were up there."
Up where?
In the sky.
As Sky turns to just kind of look towards the shelf, just like off into the distance.
No. Higher than that. Up in the sky. You know, you resemble a very old crewmate of mine.
You went to the sky? And me and Wallow talked about him.
Oh.
Land?
Oh, realization will make his eyes go wide as he connects the dots. Like, I see. So Long's son, grandson, is sailing with Land's son or grandson. What a twist of fate.
Long's grandson is sailing with Land's son.
Huh, I see. Are you after the same things that Land was after?
Well, I want to get him for him because he was never able to get him. But I don't know. I was talking with Lee Tag as Borne fumbles over the name for like 15 seconds, and he's like, Lee Taigwai. Yeah, I don't think that the scrolls are my goal.
As his eyes narrowed, and you'll see his expression drop a little bit as he finally pronounced Li Taiguai. He'll reach for a massive cup of ale, chugging it down and slamming it onto the table, making your teeth rattle. It'll be like, you ask me, it shouldn't be anyone's goal. Those scrolls are a damn curse. Some good fish.
Well, then it's the captain's curse now.
That fool's gonna lead you to destruction, death and destruction. Same way Long led us.
Well, from what I've heard, the most of y'all survived. The only thing that got in y'all's way was Kurth.
He'll shiver, like a full body shiver, as Walla will stop eating, and they'll both kind of simultaneously be like, "Don't say that name." He'll go back to Eden, and he'll be like, "It ain't about who survived or who didn't survive. It's about the consequences of our actions. It was more than just us. That shit is gonna have a profound impact for centuries. What we did."
Well, what else did y'all accomplish other than the scrolls?
Accomplish? I mean, we did what all pirates do. Sailed the seas, robbed some folks, helped some folks, got into some fights with the Marines. Just lived our lives. We never really had much to accomplish out there. It was more about seeing the world. At least it was for Wallen. Yeah, good times.
Skye's still reeling from getting launched backwards by Walla whenever she was fighting for the food. Kind of stands up and dusts himself off. Waddles back over to the table. Well, with how many there were of y'all on the crew, and my dad not talking about running into Kurth.
Don't say that name.
Alright. He doesn't talk about running into he who must not be named, as Sky does a whole bunch of air quotes for that. But that doesn't give us any information.
Information about what?
He who must not be named.
Ain't no information. You just gotta pray that he doesn't show up.
Yeah, and what if we see him?
And you run like hell.
From what we've heard, we can't get away fast enough.
You gotta try. Otherwise, it's your life on the line. How do you think we got away? Because there was some that didn't. That's how. And I'll have like an almost ashamed look on his face as he says this. Walla will have her head down, chewing morosely on some fish.
I think I understand.
Well, either way, this is the start of your journey. You shouldn't be worried about things that are going to end it. Unless you've already been to the Grand Line and you just decide to come back to the West for shits and giggles.
No. Just was sparring with my dad and got into an argument. Punched a cloud that wasn't all that stable and started plummeting towards, I think it was a graveyard. I think they called it the pirate graveyard.
Lance son would do some dumbass shit like that. Never been to the pirates graveyard.
It's not my fault, okay? All the clouds up there, there's not very much to distinguish between them, okay? Some of them are stable enough to hold the treasure tree itself, and we were climbing through it. But then there's some clouds that if even a feather off of Sal's back landed on it, it would just fall straight down.
Sal's still around.
Yeah. Y'all are eating some of his eggs.
Oh, no wonder they tasted so good.
Yeah.
I love Sal. Did I never tell you how we found Sal?
We went and picked him out.
What do you mean picked him up?
We went to the salesman, said, hey, we need a chicken, and bought Sal.
Oh, we must be thinking of different Sals.
Does he name all of his chickens Sal?
I don't know, but the one that we found on that island, he named it Sal. It was a good chicken. I always thought it was to be alive. Maybe he ate it. Anyway, your father was a good man. It's nice to meet his son. I didn't introduce you to my sons, but they're seems like they're a little preoccupied.
Oh, those are your sons? I was introduced to them earlier. They gave me this, and then this guy just kind of spreads out the map, like throws it across the table to Paul. Like, here, hold that end real quick, and then just walks the other end backwards. And then he's like, he starts reading out the riddle, and he's like, and this first, I don't know, it's a riddle, not really a poem. I don't know whether it would be a paragraph, a stanza, a short story. I don't. This part is talking about the volcano.
He'll scratch his beard as he looks at the map, and then he'll be like, "Oh yeah, I remember this thing. We never found out where it went. Found it on an island called Delphi. It was a strange place. Snakes everywhere. Felt like time moved slower. But yeah, I don't know. One of my friends spent a good 2 weeks trying to decipher that riddle. They couldn't crack it. They said that there was something missing, like they were reading one half of the story, one half of an unfinished story.
No, it's definitely a full story.
Hey,
Then across, when.
Could fool me. I'm not much for the mystery solving cartography stuff. Just chop down blocks. You can keep that map. Maybe you'll find where it leads.
And this guy's like got the whole map spread out across the table like Charlie Day conspiracy theorying, just strings pulling from one side to the other. Full commandeered this space. There's no more food being eaten here right now.
Well, the map's not that big. I said it was human size. Imagine like a table map.
Yeah. I'm on a table.
Like a human sized table map, man. Like it was another one of those above table metaphors, you know.
Well, how was I supposed to know? Alright, so I'll just have it on this portion where I'm at then.
Bet. At some point, Finch will wander over and start comparing notes with you as you guys study it. But with all that, I mean, shit, everybody's got their thing going.
Angel here.
Who's here?
Angel.
Angel.
Oh shit, what up, man? I mean, Angel, if you want to do a quick scene, we could have you do some shit. But otherwise, I think everyone has their respective jobs cut out for them. You guys can, I guess, get your long rest off. Levels, of course. But I will ask for a con save from Borne, and I guess a D100 from Yiga and Murdoch.
Bet.
I'm away again.
81.
Oh man, roll my D100.
Bet. 48.
All right, both of you guys will be able to get the benefits of a long rest. So everyone can, maybe as you say, you wanted to rest, cast some shit into your dimension, and then finish working on the stuff. You'll be able to do all that. We'll say that by the time that you crawl out of the chest, it'll be like the sun will be, or I guess it will be like the dead of night. You would be able to very carefully get rid of all the footholds for this silk and this string, to the point where the thing will essentially be, I guess it would be kind of like it would kind of just be solid, I guess. Imagine like the silk strands are like wove, or they're like frozen in place at this point. So you would expect them to give away as you carve out the footholds, but they'll just be like stuck straight, kind of like when you get soda in your hair and it just sticks up all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Not even close, but some idea. Never gotten soda in my hair.
It sucks.
So I guess
Sounds like it.
spray.
Okay, so this thing is still just stuck, even after I carve out all the stuff. That's it.
Yeah, but with how much you're able to like chip off here and there, I'm gonna say give me a D100. Well, your shit goes up to four times bigger than you. You can store in your dimension.
Yeah.
All right, we'll say on
Yeah,
a 30 or higher. This thing will be able to be big enough that you can throw it in your shit. Pause.
Um, 1D1. 85. So cool.
Yeah.
I can shove
You'll
it
be
in my
able
dimension slowly.
to envelop it, and I guess you'll leave the box behind. There's now some holes in it, but it is still shut.
Hey, they still got their quest.
Yeah, at this point, the house would be empty pretty much. Everyone will be gone. Everyone's like retired to their resting stops. So you can crawl back to the place where you guys were all sleeping. I'm assuming all headed back there, or wherever it is that you would have your house, I guess. I got a long rest, right? The con save was for the prior arc injury. Maybe, who knows? But other than that, I think we're good. Unless Angel, you want to do a quick scene or no? All right, we will call it there then. Be back in about a week. I might be a little late next week. I don't know. I might not be there at all, but hopefully I am. We'll see. As always, thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for being here. It was a very dialogue-heavy, chill kind of session this time around, which I guess is a change of pace after the constant termite initiatives. Constant termite bites. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. As always, thank you for everyone watching. Hope it was entertaining. That's everything from me.
All right, so thank you for watching, everyone. As mentioned, we are maybe not there next week, it seems. Maybe there. So have a look at the channel for that. Otherwise, link to the Eternal Dawn Discord server is in the description. That is the place to go if you are interested by playing these D&D games or running one or just are into One Piece. So as usual, thank